Hey, church family. I wanted to take this opportunity to present you with another word of encouragement as we continue to pray for the outcome of this election. Now, without debate, the 2020 election has been fraught with controversy and conflict. This not only includes the problems surrounding the universal mail-in ballots, but also the ballot harvesting that has taken place in many areas of our country. We've also heard many testimonies from poll watchers who were corralled and kept from doing their job. Many of them claim that they were obstructed and were unable to see the ballots that were being counted. And then there are the allegations about ballot counting that occurred after poll watchers were sent home. Video evidence that seems to support these allegations was recently presented during the Senate Judiciary Committee that just took place there in Georgia. This video shows an election official there in Fulton County sending the press home, sending the poll watchers home. This took place about 10:30 p.m. And then as soon as all of the observers were gone, they started pulling boxes of hidden ballots out from underneath a table, and for 2 hours, they continued running those ballots through their counting machines. Now, it's for this reason, based on this video evidence, that Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has finally called on the Secretary of State's office to conduct a signature audit of these ballots because, well, the video evidence shows, the proof that we need. It's been estimated that upwards of 24,000 ballots were tabulated during those 2 hours, and that's interesting, especially in light of the fact that the former vice president is said to have won Georgia by 12,000 votes. Now think about that for a moment. If the votes that were counted after hours end up being thrown out, well, then it's possible that President Trump will win the state of Georgia by 12,000 votes. Time will tell. Another recent bombshell was dropped when the research revealed that UBS Securities LLC gave, get this, $400 million to Dominion Voting Systems 1 month before the U.S. election. Now, any reasonable person might ask, well, why would UBS Securities, which is a Swiss investment bank, why would they send $400 million to Dominion Voting Systems a month before the U.S. election? What does this mean? And is Dominion now under new ownership since October? If so, then who now owns Dominion Voting Systems? And did they meddle in the 2020 election? I have no doubt that this is currently being investigated, and if it turns out that the outcome of this election was altered by foreign interference, well, then we can be certain that the president is going to enact Executive Order 13848, and this executive order is designed to impose certain sanctions in the event of foreign interference in a United States election. This executive order, which was put in place back in September of 2018, was designed to deal with the unauthorized accessing of election and campaign infrastructure, or the covert distribution of propaganda and disinformation, which constitutes an unusual and extraordinary threat to the national security and foreign policy of the United States. It's also interesting to note that it was 8 days after President Trump signed Executive Order 13848. That's when the Trump administration announced the launch of an offensive cyber operations against foreign enemies. According to one report, this operation allows the military and other agencies to undertake cyber operations intended to protect their systems and the nation's critical networks. And what this means is that President Trump has been running an undercover sting operation since 2018, which is designed to expose foreign interference in the 2020 election. And I guess we'll soon see if he actually has the receipts. Let's continue to pray for the truth to come to the light. If this election was, as the mainstream media assures us, fair and free from fraud, then let's just begin to pray for our new president. Let's pray for President Biden as we've been praying for President Trump. But if there is evidence of election fraud, like the video from the State Farm Center in Georgia there, if there is more evidence, then let's pray for those who are guilty of fraud to be exposed by the light of the truth. I'm reminded about something that Jesus said in John chapter 3, where he declared, "Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that their deeds will be exposed." Are there, in fact, evil actors who, in the darkness of night, began to, manipulate the results of this election? If so, then let's pray that the light of the truth will expose them. If there are, in fact, evil actors engaging in election fraud, then let's pray that their deeds will be exposed so that we can maintain the integrity of our nation's electoral process. And with this as the goal, I encourage every Christian once again to continue fighting the good fight of faith, all for the glory of God.